Okay, so you've gone through my Absolute Major Scale Mastery playlist, which enables you to master all the 12 major scales. But then what? It's not enough. The most important thing about being able to play the piano very, very well is that you are orientated in any key, which means you can play any chord anywhere, all over the piano. This helps you understand how pieces are put together, chord progressions, jazz, classical, everything, even if you want to compose. This will help you a lot. So, of course, there's basically two parts to the piano. Of course, you have your finger independence and precision, but this is more about orientation. But we're going to make it into a very simple at the piano exercise, but you can also do all this stuff away from the piano as well. So I'm going to take you through the exercise, and I'll do it with one note and to demonstrate, and then you'll do it yourself in all the different keys. But I will give one example where you have to label certain notes in two different ways. I'll get to those in a moment. So we'll start on the key of C, and the idea is this. You take this starting point, and you're going to realize that every note has a value. So, of course, C is the first of itself in the scale of C. But C is also the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and in jazz, other things, all the fancy stuff, but we don't worry about that for now. It's also number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7 in 6 other keys. And that's the point. Every note when I'm playing the piano, as the chords are changing through the different keys and all the chords are changing, I'm always seeing what note values the notes are all the time. It's a constant change, automatic. So, for example, I have a C here. If it's a key of B flat, C is the second. And it feels like the second. This is what I'd like to transmit to you. When you feel a note value, it's called note value awareness, this philosophy. When you feel a note value, the whole piano changes. The whole piano now feels like the key of B flat because the C is the second. This one, the ones off the camera, the ones all the way down here. Every C is the second, and it feels like that. It feels like it's just next to the home key. It's just gone out for a quick little walk around the garden. You know, it's very, very close to the root. But C is also the third of A flat. And all of this becomes a lot easier when, of course, you've gone through the Major Scale Mastery playlist. There's only 12 videos, one for each key, so in 12 days, you should know them all pretty well. So this is the note value awareness part. C is the third of A flat, and again, it feels like the third. The whole piano becomes the key of A flat, and it feels like the third. It's just a bit further away from home. It's a stable note because it's part of the major triad of 1, 3, and 5. I'll say the same thing about when C is the fifth of F later. 3 and 5 are kind of goalposts. They're sturdy structures in a chord. So it feels like the third. And that's the only way I can say it. It feels like, and the whole piano becomes the key of A flat, where C is the 3. So although C is often called middle C, and everything centers around middle C, that doesn't really mean anything to me, because any note could be 1. A flat could be 1, like it is in this example, where C is number 3. The F could be number 1, B could be number E. It doesn't matter. So middle C doesn't really mean anything when you think like this. So it's the third of A flat. Now G is the fourth of, give you a chance to work it out maybe. Hopefully you've said G. And again, it feels like that. C is the 4, because 4 to 1 is a common, what's called cadence, like a mini 2-chord chord progression. And often you'll get a 4 chord, and it settles on 1. But you only know where 4 is if you know what 1 is, and you only know what 1 and 4 are if you know the major scale. So if we're in the key of D, the 4 is G. So in that case, G is the 4, and D is the 1. So just because G was the 1 here, because C was the 4th, G can also be the 4th of another key. And it can also be the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th of other keys too. So this is the overlap idea. So we just start getting into that idea by doing this simple exercise without overwhelming anything, understanding that every key, every note physically, and theoretically, the letter, the name of it, can be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th of the respective keys. So I'll just go through this slightly more quickly. C is the first of itself. It's the second of B flat. And the exercise technically is that you're going to play that interval with just different finger combinations. Any two fingers, thumb, index, middle, little. Just get used to that. Now it's the third of A flat. So we'll just walk up to that in this combination, this combination, this combination, maybe index, ring, little, just to get some finger work out there. So fourth of G, maybe the other four fingers, maybe in twos with these fingers. Constantly reinforcing the shape, the feeling of the note value that you're on, and having a little workout. And of course you can do it with the left hand as well, do it with both hands together. Of course you can personalize it. I'll just demonstrate with the right hand for now to keep it more simple. So what is C the fifth of? You don't work out the answer by just counting the white notes. You don't just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sometimes it works, but it won't always work. So don't do that. You need to think from the left up. So you need to work it out in reverse. So you might think, is it this note? Or no. Do you know that scale, F sharp or G flat? If you do, you'll know that C isn't even in that scale. So it can't be the fourth of that key. So try F. And then you'll find that C is the fifth of F. So again, do a little exercise, maybe all 5 fingers, because it's 5 notes, 5 fingers, of course. And you're just reinforcing that shape. Let's do it with the left hand with middle 3 fingers. Just any order, just to get a bit of a workout. C is the 6th of E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have a little walk up to it. And again, just like the 5 and the 4, it feels like the 6th. 6 is a very sort of cherry on top kind of feeling for me. It's a lovely note value when you play it with a triad, which is of course 1, 3, 5. And it's just sitting on top, the 6th of the major scale. It's just sitting on top. It's very welcome anywhere. Sounds very nice. It's not quite home yet to the root, which is E flat in this case. It's still got one more note to go, the 7 in the key of E flat, of course. But the 6th just sits there nicely. It's quite far away from the root, theoretically. So the whole piano, if I'm in the key of E flat, the C, again, doesn't feel like middle C. It feels like all the way from the 6th, from the root, as a 6th. So it feels different. Now, this is the 7th of D flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why not C sharp? Because you can't have one note in 2 places at the same time. It can't be a C sharp, which goes to the right, and a C. So it has to be a D flat. But you should know that from the major scales. C sharp would be C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, not F, because the F is F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp. So a note can't be in 2 places at the same time. So this is what you want to do. Let me just do it very quickly in another key. We'll do my favourite key, E flat. So of course you know the major scale of E flat. And we're going to do it like that. So it's the first of itself, very easy. Second of D flat. Because I'm calling it flat, it's only going to appear in flat keys. So it won't be in the key of B as E flat. It's going to be as D sharp. That's the thing I wanted to say. Because you have, when you're in a flat key, you only have flats, and in a sharp key, you only have sharps. You can't mix flats and sharps in a key, unless it's on purpose once or twice for the melody. So it's the second of D flat, bom bom. It's the third of B as a D sharp. It's the fourth of B flat as E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fifth of A flat. The sixth of G flat. And the seventh as D sharp of E. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. It can't be E flat because we're in the key of E. And again, one note can't be in 2 places at the same time. So that's your technical exercise. If you can do that away from the piano, it's more beneficial, but doing it at the piano is just as good, I guess. If you can add this little exercise with the finger independence as well, have a little workout. That's it. And then if you do this for a couple of days, maybe do 1 key a day or 2 a day. After a couple of weeks, you'll get very, very familiar with the key shapes, even more so. And chords will start to make more sense. Melodies will make more sense. Improvisation will be easier. Composing, if you want to, will be a lot easier. Everything just comes from the major scale mastery and this very, very useful philosophy, note value awareness. So there you go. As always, likes, comments, subscriptions are always welcome. Have a look at my video management website, Water Pianism Syllabus, that's Patreon, and all my playlists. And I'll see you in the next video. All the best, and bye for now.